Ahoy, Minnetonka. I'm David Law, Superintendent of Minnetonka Schools. Thank you for joining us for this episode of our district podcast, Ahoy, Minnetonka. At Minnetonka High School, we have a robust and exciting design and skilled trades program called Momentum. From construction and manufacturing to automotive engineering and new this year, aviation, Momentum has some amazing learning opportunities for students to explore. Today, we're talking with 3 of our students about their experience so far with the Momentum program. Thank you all for being here and giving up your afternoon to talk a little bit about the Momentum program. I'm going to start with you, Tanner. What grade are you in and what strand are you in Momentum?
Well, I'm Tanner Schneider. I'm a junior and I'm in Transportation Careers and Global Commerce.
Okay. Annabelle.
I am a sophomore here and I'm in the Aviation strand.
Okay.
I am in my senior year. I am in the Physics of Home Renovation strand.
Okay, interesting. So outside of Momentum, just as a student at the high school, what other kinds of things are you involved with at Minnetonka High School? Tanner, I'll let you go first.
Well, I play hockey at the junior gold level, so that takes up a lot of my time outside of school. Otherwise, I just do courses through Minnetonka at the building.
All right. Annabelle?
I am on the high school swim and dive team. I'm also on the high school alpine team, and then I'm in Girls United Club, which is temporarily disbanded, and I'm also on the morning show.
I thought I recognized you from the morning show. Kind of a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
Aiden?
I actually don't have any extra programs outside of Momentum.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to start with Annabelle. What strand are you in and why did you pick that strand?
So I am in aviation, and I kind of just took it as like a class for fun. I was just like, okay, I was like introduced to it when I was like registering for my sophomore classes. I was like, okay, I'll just do this because like why not? And it kind of like completely changed like my view on aviation kind of because I got to learn a little bit more about it.
Did you go on the experiential flight?
Yeah, I got to go fly a plane. My mom actually didn't believe me when she said that when I told her that we were gonna go fly a plane, she was like, yeah, maybe simulators, but like not an actual plane. We flew an actual plane. So in her face.
And did you hold the wheels and take off and land and all that stuff?
I got to do the takeoff and fly it for a little bit. I didn't get to land that. I'll maybe get to do that at some point.
All right. Aiden, what'd you pick your strand?
Ever since middle school or so, I've always loved to work with my hands, and mathematics was my first institution to that, was mathematics of home renovation. I was really interested in it, so I went for it, and after loving that program, I decided to continue doing it and chose to do the physics of home renovation the following year.
Well, Tanner?
Well, junior year, I was looking at all the classes I had opportunities for, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do after high school, so I thought I'll go to Momentum, I'll try it out, and I picked this class because I thought the economic part sounded really cool, and I like cars, so it's all about cars.
Oh, yeah? All right. Well, let's talk about projects. I know that these classes are experiential or project-based. Aiden, what project are you working on right now in home renovation?
So our big one right now is actually in reference to a MMW project that happened a while ago. We are currently trying to make a mock estimate of the repaving of their parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
So we're given all of their architectural plans, and we look at them and we have to make our estimate. They come in every Monday and help us out a little bit, but the rest of the work is on us.
And is it fun?
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. At first, I was really confused. I struggled a lot, and today it really clicked. I got over half of it done. It was amazing.
Wow. Okay, Tanner, what's your project right now?
I'm partnered with Luther Automotive with the Performance Studio, and we're recruiting employees of Generation Z.
So what do they have you doing as a activity in class?
So we met with them at the Performance Studio a couple weeks back, and we've been just brainstorming ideas on how to reach out to our generation with social media, along with job fairs and just reaching out. And we're still brainstorming, and we're going to have an end of the year project with hopefully a good solution.
Okay. I've had the chance to hear some students talk about that. It'll be interesting to see if you're effective at selling those careers.
Totally.
Annabelle, what's your project in aviation?
So we kind of so for this class, I'm doing aviation too. It's kind of just like we have a week to get done some sort of like assignments, whether it's like flying drones or like doing simulator missions. I was in the West Gym earlier this morning. I flew a drone around a basketball hoop. And then at the end of the semester, we can like go take a test and get our drone commercial license to like fly drones commercially.
Who flies drones commercially, and is that like a real job you could do after high school?
Yeah, you can. I was actually kind of looking into like what jobs you could do with the drone just to kind of like make some more money before I go off to college. I am a sophomore, but apparently it's like a growing industry that's been kind of like expanding a little bit. People use it for like construction inspection. They also use it for first aid. We watched like a video where drones would like send out healthcare like stuff to hospitals where you can't drive by like trucks or something like that. There's also photography, like real estate uses it too.
Oh, wow. All right. So how are these classes different than other classes you've taken at Minnetonka High School? Tanner, I'm going to come back and start with you.
I'd say what's most different about this course is that you're held to a standard of professionalism. We communicate with Luther. We don't have to go through our own teacher. And I'd say it's very self-paced, but it's also, you have that direction in class. So it's the best of both worlds. And it's a lot of group work, which I enjoy. And I thought I've just learned how to be a better communicator through momentum.
All right. Annabelle, how's it different?
Well, for one, you don't get to fly planes in class every day. And I also think that they give you more like real world hands-on experience because like most of my classes, I'm just kind of sitting in a classroom observing and like absorbing information, and then I have to like memorize it for like a test, and then you move on to the next unit. For this, I think that it's definitely something that I might use later on in life, so I think that that's very helpful.
Aiden?
With Momentum specifically, these are just professionals. They're coming in, they're showing you what they do, and they're trying to teach it to you as best they can, and it gives you a different outlook.
So I'm going to start with Annabelle. Have you had any guest speakers this year that stuck out that you really learned from?
I had a couple. I actually feel bad because I missed one because I was on a field trip with the ski team, but we had a pilot from, I think it was United Airlines, come in and kind of speak to us. He kind of just like spoke about being a pilot and just sort of like different jobs in like the Delta airports. We also did go on some field trips where like the people would like speak to us. Like last week, I was at the Delta hangar for a field trip, and our tour guide person was kind of just like explaining like what goes on inside Delta, and it's a huge project.
Yeah, I was at the Delta spot too, and I asked, how long does it take to change an engine on an airplane? And I thought it would be like 2 weeks. He said 5 hours. We can take an engine out and put a new one in. It's just incredible. So, Aiden, any guest speakers that stick out to you?
Yeah, there was one from RJM. I really liked him. I've reached out to him. He's actually helped me quite a bit. I've spoken with him, met with him on my own time, and he's helped me kind of lay out my future plans.
Oh, really? What are those future plans now?
Well, it started out as going straight into carpentry through the union. But I ended up looking at Alexandria Tech, and they have a 2+2 program with Bemidji State, and I really like the program, and I plan on attending there.
Wow. Tanner, any guest speakers that jump out to you?
Yeah, TCGC also went to Delta hangars, but I would say the one that sticks out to me most, we had a speaker in the beginning of the year named Todd, and he came out and really emphasized the importance of good communication and leadership skills. And I feel like that at the beginning of the year, that really jump-started how I wanted my year to look and helped me build a foundation for communication.
Well, okay, this can go to any of you. What's something you've learned about yourself through the program that you maybe didn't know before?
Well, I would say I didn't think I was a huge leader, but through this group, or through this program of Momentum, With the Luther group, I was named project manager, and so that means I kind of have to just make sure everyone is doing their work and is up to date. And I would say that takes a lot of leadership skills, which I didn't know that I had until this year.
Awesome. How about you two?
Something I kind of discovered about myself is, I guess, more of a passion for aviation and kind of business. I've really loved this class, like all year, Aviation 1 and 2, and I've kind of wanted to like consider a future like where I do this as like a job.
Yeah.
Communication. It's a skill that I've never used before, but recently, since I've had to use it a lot more with people that I don't know but am needing to talk to get information, I've gotten really good at it, and I'm really excited about that.
I would have to tell you that at both those, or for all three of you, of course I didn't know if you wanted to go into aviation before, but I would never know that those were skills you didn't always have. So that's great to see. So it's registration time, and your classmates are going to be picking courses for the next year. Why should they consider a momentum course? Tanner?
I'd say because it's different, it's exciting. TCGC gives you that half social studies credit that you need. I'm taking it junior year, so I can have another free hour to pick what I want next year. I would say if you have any interest in cars or want to learn the economic side in automotive industry, it's a course that you should definitely look at.
All right.
I'd say if you want more of like a hands-on experience and like real world experience, something I discovered is I really like real world more than like classroom learning. I think that you should definitely do it. And you can get out of the classroom a little bit.
To add on to what she said, getting out of the classroom is really nice, but one big thing is with the mathematics and physics of home renovation courses is they add on to that mathematics credit, they add on that physics credit, so it lets you get those credits and have a lot of fun both inside and outside the classroom, working on project, working with your hands. It's just a lot of fun.
Great. Is there anything else you want to say for our public, for the community members, parents, or students about these programs that I didn't ask those questions?
Just do it, like the Nike logo.
All right, good. Well, I want to thank you all for giving up some afternoon time during the week to visit and talk to strangers about momentum programming. As you've described it, it's exactly what I want our students to have, a hands-on, valuable experience that teaches about themselves and about a potential future career path. So I'm just excited that that was your experience. And I want to thank you out in the community for joining us for this episode of the podcast Ahoy, Minnetonka, and some amazing students in our momentum program. And I hope you join us again for the next episode of Ahoy, Minnetonka. Thank you for joining us.